Alright, so in the case of direct current, you have a single fixed direction and a single fixed magnitude. In the case of an alternating current, you have, oops, should look like a perfect sinusoid. So you have a continuously changing magnitude and a continuously changing, alternating direction as well. So sometimes it goes in one direction and then it goes in the opposite direction. The negative side represents the other direction. So for example, if I am a charge like an electron, I would sort of oscillate about this fixed position. So sometimes I go in one direction and then I will go in the other direction. Then I return to my first direction and then I just keep cycling through the same points. But because we have a flow of charge, because we have moving charge per unit time, it's still classed as a current. Okay? So a DC motor works using a direct current. Okay? So a single constant unidirectional flow of electrical current. So over here I've got a DC motor which I'll just plug up to show how it works. Okay. So when I start this, it should work. Can you hear that? Oops. And the greater the voltage we have, the faster it moves as well. Okay? So this is basically the device that you typically find in, for example, your remote control cars and your remote control helicopters, where they are operated by a DC voltage and a DC current, right? Using your cells or your batteries. So this is the sort of stuff you typically have inside. Now आपके पास, I'll just bring this around for you and I'll bring a compass too, just to show you कि जो motor effect है, you think, yeah, it makes sense to you now, it should, it's simply the interaction of an electromagnetic field with an external magnetic field. ये अब तक आपको समझ आ चुके हो. So in other words, ये आपको पता चल चुका होगा कि this motor should have an external magnet inside it and it should interact with the magnet, with the compass as well.
Can you repeat the exact expression? The interaction of?
So the motor effect is simply the interaction of an electromagnetic field with an external permanent magnetic field. Okay, permanent भी हो सकता है, वैसे वो practically अगर देखने तो उसमें हम electromagnet भी use करते हैं. ठीक है? It's the interaction of an electromagnet, electromagnetic field with the field of another external magnet. Alright, so we are already familiar with Fleming's left-hand rule. So let's imagine that we've got a circuit as shown in front of you. So if I draw this on the board, so we might say something like, we might get something like, left, ये आपकी जो right वाली wire है, ये positive है कि ये negative है? Sorry? Positive. So it's connected at the positive terminal. By convention, we use the red color for that, for the live wire. It's not necessarily always true. Okay? Inside it's just a copper wire, right? तो दिस इज जस्ट अ कन्वेंशन, तो वो आपको मैं दिखा रहा हूँ, यू कैन फॉलो। ओके, सो आपकी जो राइट वाली वायर है इट्स कनेक्टेड टू दी पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल, राइट? So do I get the larger bar to the right hand side or the shorter bar to the right hand side? This should be the positive terminal.
That should be the larger.
So it should be the larger one, right? So shorter one is this हमने कर दिया. Okay. So we see that the red wire continues from the right. It goes across the top where the clamp stands are holding it. It comes back down. This time it's black, right? And does the black end connect directly with the negative terminal? So what happens in between?
Resistor.
So you've got a resistor in between, right? So what's the circuit symbol for a resistor? What does it look like? A square?
Yes. Rectangle.
A rectangle. Okay, fine. So and what is this resistor for?
Control the current.
Control the unlimited or free flow of current, right? So we're trying to limit the free flow of current, because if too much current flows through the circuit at once, what's going to happen?
Fuse.
No, that it won't
Short circuit.
fuse.
Short circuit.
Yes, it's going to short circuit. And as a result of that short circuiting, what's going to happen?
The wire that will bend. The wire.
The wires are going to bend, right? So we said that the energy loss as heat is equal to the current squared times the resistance of your conductor. In this case, it's a wire times the time. So if too much current is flowing through a component because there is negligible resistance, then it's going to result in a lot of heat being lost, and that heat can then melt the plastic insulation, and that can even burn other things, right? So it can also cause a fire. This is called short circuiting, okay? Where you have an unlimited flow of current. All right. So this is what it basically looks like. Now, if I introduce an external magnet around this wire, so I've got a north pole to the left and a south pole to the right. There should be a field, there should be a magnetic field that goes across, right? So where does the magnetic field go from? Where does it go to? So it needs to go from north to south, right? So here are some magnetic field lines. This time we're not going to discuss the motor effect, we're not going to explain that once again. Okay, we've already done that before. The underlying story is always going to remain the same. This time we're going to use the summarized version, which is the Fleming's vector, right? So you've got this field that's going across from one side to the other. Do you suppose if there is a flow of current in here, so do you suppose these wires will act as an electromagnet? Would they have an electromagnetic field around them? Should they? So, जैसे मैं पूछता हूँ कि just like we had a wire here, we have another wire here. Do you suppose there should be an electromagnetic field around it in concentric circles? Should there be anything around it?
Around what?
ये जो wires है,
Yes.
so नहीं समझ आ गया। इधर आपके पास एक वायर थी, it was a current carrying conductor, and you used something known as the right hand drift rule to determine the direction of an electromagnetic field, a magnetic field due to electricity that is formed around it in concentric circles. This time again you have a current carrying wire. Do you suppose this should also have a magnetic field around it?
Yes.
Yes? Alright. So it would be in concentric circles. Can you identify the direction of that magnetic field? So would it be the clockwise or the anti-clockwise direction? Where would it be? So follow the direction of the conventional current. So clockwise आप कौन से केस की बात कर रहे हैं? राइट वाले की? So let's talk about the wire on the right, the wire that's going on. So in which direction should the conventional current be? Sorry, conventional current anti-clockwise. So conventional current would be upwards, right? अब मुझे बताएं कि इस जो magnetic field develop होगा, that should be anti-clockwise. So the thumb points in the direction of conventional current, and the curl of your fingers follows the direction of the magnetic field lines, right? So this would be in an anti-clockwise direction, right? और ये वाला क्या होगा? So this time the direction of current is reversed. So the thumb this time should be pointing downwards. Now right hand. So it should be clockwise. दूसरे right? So this time.
clockwise कैसे हुआ ये?
ये नहीं देखिए
So right ऐसे है.
Because conventional current is flowing down at the other end.
ये देखो ये होता है ना clockwise तो ये इधर होगा
तो ऐसे जाने में anti-clockwise
अरे तो ये देखो
ये देखिए it follows this direction, which is clockwise, right? So alright, so now that we've determined that some magnetic field is formed with the wire, we know there is an external magnetic field around. Do you think there should be an interaction? There needs to be an interaction. So rather than diving into all of that discussion once again, जिसमें मैं अच्छा motor effect और वो सारी कहानी फिर से हम discuss करेंगे कि कहाँ ज़्यादा repulsion होगी. We've got a summary, we've got a shortcut, we've got a rule that drastically cuts down all of that discussion for us, right? It directly relates the direction of the magnetic field, external magnetic field, with the direction of the conventional current that's flowing in the conductor and the force that will be applied, right? Okay, so can you use Fleming's left hand rule to figure out what the direction, what the direction of the force should be towards the on the wire of the side? So use Fleming's left hand rule, this one, right? So apply this and try to find the direction of the force on the wire towards the right. In this is. So there is an electrical current that's flowing up, assuming that, right? When we switch it on. So there is an electrical current, a conventional current that's flowing up, and there is a magnetic field that's going from the right side to the left side, right? So first thing to align, where should our index finger point to? So the index finger needs to point from north to south, right? So the index finger points from the left to the right. You say that? Okay. Is the conventional current flowing towards you guys? It's flowing up, right? In this case, conventional current is flowing up with the red wire. So, okay, conventional current or the middle finger needs to point up, right? So, where is the thumb pointing to? Where is the direction of the force?
Towards the blue. Towards the north.
So, now tell me where your thumb is pointing to.
Left?
Into the board. right?
Yes.
So it's pointed away from you guys. It's into the board. So what if I want to use the screw notation? So what would I get inside the circle over here? Where is the force pointing towards?
Inside here the cross height.
So inside, so it should be a cross. Right? So force is pushing this wire
Inside.
into the board. Okay, fine. Let's do that again with the black wire. So do that again. Listen. So you've got the north to south direction again. Got the north to south direction again, right? Now, where is the conventional current flowing? Down.
Yes.
Okay. So the middle finger should point down. Right? So the index finger over here, listen again. The index finger points from north to south, meaning from left to right. The middle finger, which is the direction, which follows the direction of the conventional current, should be pointing down for the black wire. Right?
So outside the board over dot.
So it should, so the direction of the force in this case is outside the board. So there's a dot in there, right? You understand this? Are you following this? Right? Okay. So with this, so if this circuit, if this point is pivoted in the middle, it's pivoted, it's fixed in the middle and it's allowed to rotate freely now. So there's a force that's pushing one side in and pulling the other side out. Do you see how a rotational force or a rotation would be created due to that? Okay, right hand side is your red wali wire, right hand side, that's being pushed in, while the black one is being pushed out. Do you see how that happens? So let's reverse it. Okay? So that was what was happening before, right? Now let's discuss, is the direction reverse हो गई. Look at how जो red वाली wire है, this time conventional current is flowing up, right? This time, और वो वाला नीचे की तरफ जा रहा है, right? जो black वाला है, it's going down, the one on the right. So because क्योंकि direction reverse हो गई है ना, है ना? Okay, this time let's apply Fleming's left hand rule. What happens? So let's start with the one on the right.
Black wire is
Black one is start. So you've got the middle finger, sorry, you've got the index finger aligned from left to right. जो पहले किया था उसको opposite हो गया.
नीचे नहीं आएगा क्योंकि नीचे का extra.
So you're right. Every time you change the direction of magnetic field, every time you change the direction of conventional current, you're going to change the direction of force. You're going to flip it towards the opposite side. ठीक है? ये याद रखना. So you're right, very good. So this time again when we follow Fleming's left hand rule, so you've got the magnetic field point directed from the left to the right. You've got the conventional current flowing downwards, and the force this time comes outwards.
Yes.
Right? And similarly, with the red wire, force is this time क्या है? ऊपर की तरफ आ रहा है? Force is this time inwards, so it's pointing in. So what you get as a result of that is this time force was pushing this part in and pushing that part out. Now this creates a big problem for us. The problem is that with a motor, we wanted the motor to rotate continuously in the same direction. Not go in one direction and with the other half cycle reverse. We don't want that, है ना? We don't want कि कभी एक तरफ एंटी क्लॉकवाइज रोटेट करती है फिर क्लॉकवाइज हो जाती है फिर एंटी क्लॉकवाइज होती है फिर क्लॉकवाइज होती है. We don't like that because it just ruins it all for us. है ना? ये वाला फंक्शन तो हमें चाहिए नहीं था. So what do we do?
So वो यूज करते हैं
तो प्रॉब्लम इस दफा आई किस वजह से? मुझे ये सिर्फ बता दे, मैंने क्या मैग्नेट्स को रिवर्स कर दिया था दैट कॉज द चेंज इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फोर्स? क्या चीज रिवर्स हुई थी? what changed? ये देखें, हाँ पहले इधर था एंड देन इधर आया था, तो हमने किस चीज को चेंज किया था? डिड वी चेंज द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड? डिड वी चेंज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फ्लो ऑफ करंट? डिड दैट चेंज? तो what was the culprit? What was the factor that led to the change in direction? So it was the change in the direction of conventional current. इस चीज की समझ आई है कि conventional current जिस वक्त चेंज हुआ था, पहले एक तरफ जा रहा था फिर दूसरी तरफ चल पड़ा, पहले एक तरफ जा रहा था फिर दूसरी तरफ चल पड़ा, and then it repeats, the whole cycle keeps repeating. So the whole problem is arising because of this change in the direction of conventional current. So what if every time we rotate our coil around, we also continuously quickly flip the direction of current? तो यहाँ इधर से मैं इसको जल्दी से निकाल के चेंज करके उसमें डाल देता हूँ। तो मैंने करंट की डायरेक्शन सेम रखने की खातिर मैं जल्दी से इधर से फ्लिप कर देता हूँ। एवरी हाफ साइकिल मैं फिर से इसको चेंज कर दूंगा, तो फिर से रोटेट होने लगा। ओके फाइन, जल्दी से इसको चेंज करो। एवरी हाफ साइकिल आई डू दैट। व्हाट इफ वी डू दैट? व्हाट डू यू थिंक?
बहुत ज़्यादा काम है।
हाँ, काम चलो तुम थोड़ा बहुत है, काम को अभी छोड़ो, बट डज इट सॉल्व आवर प्रॉब्लम? कि this time, every time we rotate the coil a little bit, we also change the polarity from the back end so that the direction of flow always remains constant. So, in other words, the motor effect always pushes that coil to rotate in the same direction. Does that solve the problem? तो इस काम के लिए we use something known as a commutator split ring. Okay? So this is known as a commutator split ring. It's a ring that's split in the middle, and all your connections are made through this device. So every time you get a rotation, you get half a rotation. So there is a split in between that causes the contacts to get disengaged, and then it re-engages with the contacts in the same direction. Okay, it solves the problem. So I've got a simulation over here that can show just that.
सर 10 मिनट चाहिए रिवाइज करने का।
नहीं। So I've got a simulation to show just that. ये देखें, आप अगर इस लाइट्स को क्लियर नजर आ जाए इसमें, लाइट्स। अच्छा, look over here. Can you see this? नजर आ रहा है? क्लियर है? Right? So you've got the same scenario happening, and the blue part represents the positive end, the red part represents the negative end, the negative terminal in this case. मैंने आपसे कहा था कि एक convention है, it's not a hard and fast thing for you, है ना? अच्छा, and the black arrows using Fleming's left-hand rule determine the direction of force in this case. So what's happening here is that you've got a direct current being supplied, and every half cycle there's a cut in between, so those contacts they get disengaged from all of the current, and when they get re-engaged in the same way. The right hand side always gets connected to the negative terminal, and the left hand side always gets connected to the positive terminal. So can you see that every half cycle this commutator split ring is doing exactly the same function. It's just quickly reversing the polarity. वो जो आप कहते हैं ये तो बहुत मुश्किल काम है. We've got a device that does it for us कि अगर वो rotate कर ही रहा है तो उस rotation के साथ ही उसको change कर लिया करे. Does it make sense? तो इसमें अगर किसी को कोई question मुझसे पूछे, थोड़ा सा hard topic है
ये जो कम्यूटेटर स्प्लिट रिंग है इसकी कोई डेफिनेशन है या ये यू पे भी
definition नहीं है. It's just a device. वो मतलब they can ask you to describe how वो जो reversing होगी या कुछ इसके साथ you can just say कि commutator split ring है. It's cut in the middle every half cycle. It ensures that the terminals re-engage with the same terminals. So the one side of the coil always gets re-engaged with the same terminal, या positive है या negative है whatever. तो वो तो आप बता सकते हैं. इस चीज में किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम? लाइट ऑन करके इस चीज में किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम? अच्छा, एक और चीज नोट करें, आखिरी चीज बिफोर मूविंग ऑन. अगर मैं पैरेलल की देखें सो देयर इज अ फील्ड यहाँ नॉर्थ टू साउथ जा रहा है एंड आई गॉट अ वायर दैट्स कैरिंग करंट पैरेलल टू द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द फील्ड लाइंस. So using Fleming's left-hand rule, where you have a current that's flowing parallel to the field, do you suppose that there should be a force that would be felt? Look at the angles in between. Force का field, where do you get a force? When the angles are
90 degree.
90, right? So if they are not 90 degrees, इसकी reason खैर किसी और टाइम आपको करा देंगे. लेकिन जहां the wire is parallel to the direction of magnetic field lines, तो आप नोट करेंगे कि there would never be a force that's felt. इस वजह से मैंने आपको इस वाले पे कैलकुलेट ही नहीं कराया. मैंने आपसे डिटर्म यूज ही नहीं करवाया फ्लेमिंग्स लेफ्ट हैंड, क्योंकि इसके ऊपर एप्लीकेबल ही नहीं है. ठीक है. अच्छा, so let's revise this once more. इसके बाद मैं आपकी छुट्टी कर दूंगा. Motor effect is what? The motor effect is simply the interaction of an electromagnetic field that is formed due to a current carrying conductor with an external magnetic field. हो सकता है वो परमानेंट मैग्नेट्स के साथ आप अचीव करें, हो सकता है आप उसको टेम्परेरी मैग्नेट या एक और इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेट के साथ अचीव करें. डजंट मैटर. ठीक है. इन द इंडस्ट्री प्रैक्टिकली अगर देखें तो कभी कभी दूसरा काम करते हैं. ठीक है. So that is the motor effect. The whole thing can be summarized using something known as Fleming's left-hand rule. So it's just a rule that helps us relate the direction of the magnetic field lines with the direction of the conventional current. Remember, it's conventional current, not the electron flow. Electron flow के लिए opposite आप करेंगे, and with the direction of the force that will be felt. Because of this phenomena, we can achieve a rotation, which is वो जो मोटर के अंदर हम एक complete rotation और complete cycles use करते हैं, to avoid the rotation from flipping every half cycle. इस चीज को avoid करने के लिए we use something known as a commutator split ring. To increase the strength of the motor, we need to increase the forces that are interacting with each other, right? वो जो permanent magnet और जो electromagnet है, उन दोनों की आपस में जो interacting fields है, उनको हमने किसी तरह से हमें stronger करना है. So if you have got a stronger north and north together, they will repel harder, right? Strong repulsion होगी. अगर एक weak north and north है, तो एक weak repulsion होगी. So how can you increase the strength of this electromagnet? How can you make it stronger?
Providing more current.
So providing more current, you're right. Number 2, you can increase the number of coils. That also increases the magnetic field strength. ठीक है? And thirdly, ये जो coil है, इसके बीच में से you can pass an iron core in between. So the field due to that electromagnet will then align with the tiny little dipoles inside that iron core as well, and that also strengthens the magnetic field. So there are three things you can do to strengthen that magnetic field. So when this field gets stronger, there's going to be a stronger repulsion. On the other side, there's going to be a stronger attraction, and that then increases the speed and the torque of that motor as well. ठीक है? इस चीज की समझ आई है? बहुत मुश्किल टॉपिक था, थोड़ा बहुत मुश्किल था. ओके, चल वाइंड अप करें.